How's it going, everyone? It's ThatBlueExplorer here, and welcome back to the channel and another episode in the series. Now today, folks, we are going to be continuing our Cleethorpes adventure. And if you missed the first part, then the thumbnail will be in the top corner so you can find the list of videos. And in that video, we explored half of Cleethorpes seafront, and we saw tons of fantastic, historical, and fun little areas across the area. And we even had a cheeky drink in the #1 pub, which was amazing, by the way. That was definitely a much needed drink because it got warm throughout the afternoon, folks, that's for sure. Now today the weather is sort of the same. It's picking up a little bit. I can see some blue skies throughout the clouds, the very dark grey clouds, but it was raining earlier. Hopefully it will stop now throughout the rest of the day, and we should get some lovely sun maybe later on during the video. Currently we are in a very different part of Cleethorpes, somewhere we haven't been yet, and that is the local park. So there is a miniature park in the area, and I'm currently stood at the back of it. So what we're going to do today, folks, instead of walking the other half of the seafront, I shall include it throughout the video, but we're going to be including tons of other historical and fantastic areas throughout Cleethorpes. And well, without any further ado, let's get started. So here we are in the Pier Gardens, and what a nice cozy little place this is, full of life, tons of colour, and you get to see some of the main high street. And there's even tons of benches scattered about so you can sit down, have a rest and enjoy the scenery. So here we are then, folks, and let's take a quick look around the park. As you can see, it's not a massive area, but it is still a nice little place to rest and have a few minutes on a bench to bask in the sun. And even when the weather's like this, it's still warm, which makes it a pleasant experience. So there we have it, our first location, and a very nice one at that. So let's turn around here and make our way through the rest of the park. So we've got some very nice trees scattered across the place, which makes it very lively and very colourful as well. We've also got some different plants and different bits and bobs as well. So it's very, very colourful here, very nice indeed. We see we've got that twisty tree in the middle there, or bush, or yeah, I suppose a bit of both really, mainly a bush I guess, but definitely a very tall one at that. Some nice flowers surrounding it too, and I imagine a lot of you flower experts out there are going to know what most of these are surrounding the area. And here we are, folks, our first historical piece throughout the next part of our Cleethorpes adventure, and that is the Cleethorpes Time Capsule Project. Now this was made in 2013 and it's to be opened, as you can see if we get a little bit closer, it is to be opened in 2063, so a long time from now. So I'm not entirely sure what's in the time capsule itself, but if I do find it online, I'll put it on the screen so you guys can read a little bit more about it. But a very interesting thing there, and well, I suppose we'll come back in 2063 to see what is in the time capsule. Now, one thing that has changed, which I do remember from the past, is this little patch of grass here. Now it currently sits dormant and empty, but there used to be a very big steel donkey statue sitting in this very spot. I'm not entirely sure what's happened to it, why it's disappeared, but it was pretty cool when it was sat there. It was there for a very long time as well, almost, I want to say a decade, but I mean that's what it felt like to me anyway, but definitely was sat there for a very long time, years in fact. So very strange to see it gone. But now let's start walking across this trail and see what we have in store, because there is quite a lot to look at, folks. I'm quite actually surprised how much you can get on camera, but that is the beauty of Cleethorpes. There is so much to look at and gander at, so I'm going to try and get all of it on video. And well, there is actually something right next to me, so if I turn the camera around, we can see that there is a very big mini golf course on the bottom of the seafront. And well, that is a bit ironic, isn't it? It's a mini golf course, but it's very big at the same time. So tons of little areas that you can play at here. And we also have a few little bits and bobs, sort of references to Cleethorpes. As you can see down there, one of the holes is the pier, which is very cool indeed. We've got a clock in the background there, a big windmill, and some classic posters that are sat throughout the course too. Very scenic as well, with the trees sat in the middle. This is quite a nice course, and maybe one day we'll have a go at it and maybe record it as well. But a pretty nice little area there, one I've not actually seen in detail, so it's quite nice to get it on camera and sort of take a better look at it today. And next to the mini golf course, there are a set of stairs that you can take to access the bottom of the seafront. So there's a few little areas that you can use to sort of switch between the high ground and the low ground of the seafront. So very, very handy indeed. And as we can see, there are more benches as well, so you can have a little rest, sit down and enjoy the view, which is the lovely seafront. Very nice little coffee bar here with a balcony spot, which would be really cool to sit in and take a gander at the view. That is a really nice spot, and maybe one day we'll have a little drink there and see if we can enjoy the view from the balcony. Take the left path here because it does actually split. The location I do want to show you guys is up the right side of the path, but we are going to take a quick left because there's a pretty cool little bit here that I'd like to show you guys. And there are more benches here as well. Some of them have some murals and graphics on them. Very cool indeed, really like that. But now we are going to go down the hill to see something very cool. Alright then everyone, our next location on our adventure is this little waterfall. So what a cool little place this is to have a look at. We've got a full-on waterfall going on in the background here, and behind us as well is a pelican statue, which is also pretty cool to take a look at as well. So tons going on in this little area right here, but really, really nice. Proper scenic addition to the seafront. And there's quite a few benches scattered around this little place as well, so you can just sit here and take in the beauty of this waterfall. Okay then everyone, we are now coming up to our next historical landmark, but actually we have two, so two for the price of one, folks, because behind me we have a very historical statue, which we will get a little bit closer to take a look at. And actually we've got free, so free for the price of one, folks. I mean, hey, everyone's a winner, eh? But if I just angle the camera right here, guys, just make sure, yeah, that's all good. We have this sign here, which now out of everything on this sign, the most interesting is the Humber Forts. So if you want to take a proper read of that and have a look through all the information, then feel free to pause the video and take a gander. But that is some very interesting stuff right there, and there you go, you get to learn lots more about the Humber Forts, which is really, really cool. And as we can see, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but the little dot all the way over in the distance is one of the Humber Forts. And like I mentioned in the previous video, folks, somebody actually owns that fort right there, which is absolutely crazy to think about. You can actually own a piece of history, and someone does. So imagine that, just waking up every day and thinking, huh, I own a piece of history. That is just amazing. So the other one is located, I believe, right there. There it is, folks. The second one is over there. Now, actually, I can't remember if that one was the one that was for sale or that one over there. It's one of the two, folks, but there are the two Humber forts sat out at sea. And in the middle here, you can see that there's quite an interesting, very lively and colourful structure made of stone in front of us. What could this be? Well, that, my friends, is our next landmark that we are going to explore. But before we take a proper look at that, let's have a little gander at this area right here. So as we can see, we have tons going on here. We have a very nice statue in the middle and a few other little statues as well. Royal Navy one just sat on the left there. But if we walk a little bit closer to the one in the middle, that seems to be the main one. So if I try and angle the camera up here, guys, there we go. We can see the main statue itself. So this is an RAF North Coast Strike Wing statue. So if you'd like to read more about this as well, all the information on the plaque, then feel free to pause here as well. Very, very interesting piece of history right here. And what a great statue. We also have here, folks, another sign that has tons of information about the Royal Air Force. So again, feel free to pause and take a look at any information on this sign. Very, very cool indeed. Tons of historical facts, figures and information to be read there. Really, really nice. And it's such a great tribute to the RAF to have these statues and these plaques here. And of course, the Royal Navy one as well is just as good. And we have a bench here dedicated to the Royal Navy too, which is very, very nice. A lot of decorated benches, by the way, guys, which is really cool to see. And here is the Royal Navy statue. Take a look at that. That looks fantastic. Really, really nice indeed. So those are the statues dedicated to the RAF and the Royal Navy. But now it is time to take a look at this historical structure. So welcome, folks, to Ross Castle. And this historical landmark was built in 1883 and it's been stood here for decades. Now, this was actually restored in 2007. So a lot of it has been brought back. But could you imagine what its original condition would have looked like? How just amazing it would have been to see it in its original form. But it is still just as nice in its restored state as well. And it's just amazing to see it still stood here with all the plants and its overgrown appearance. It just looks fantastic. What do you guys think? And so now we're going to walk up the castle. That's right, folks. We're going to take a journey up and around to the top. So I'll see you there. All right then, folks, welcome to the top of Ross Castle. And what an amazing place this is. I mean, once you do reach the top, which actually takes around 30 seconds, it's actually quite an easy and quick walk to the top, you are rewarded with an amazing view of the seafront. You get an aerial view of the entirety of Cleethorpes seafront. You can see all the way down to the other side, which is absolutely insane. I mean, I don't think there's anywhere else in Cleethorpes where you can get such a great aerial view of the seafront. I mean, you can see all the way to the end of this side of the seafront and pretty much the entirety of the other side as well. I mean, that is an amazing view, folks. I don't think I've ever experienced a view like that. for Cleethorpes. What an amazing place this is to be. Like I said, an easy walk as well to get to the top, and you are greeted with one of the best views in the area. And oh guys, I'm sorry. Oh, oh, oh. Oh guys, I hope you guys saw that. That was an AMG GT. Going a bit off topic there, folks, I know. I mean, I am a car guy at heart, and this is a car-focused channel, but there you go. We haven't actually talked about cars in a little while. I've just noticed that. The last few episodes, we've been talking about the scenery, which is definitely a nice change, but there we go. Our first bit of car-related content for the day. An AMG TT. There you go, folks. You get to see a gorgeous view of the seafront, and it's a pretty good spot for car watching too. So let's move on to our next location. Oh guys, the AMGs are out in force today. Oh, oh, oh. So this is an archway that leads down some steps to the seafront, and we're going to take a look at this little area right here. We're going to go down the steps and then walk down to that area right there, which is the next location we are going to walk down for our adventure. And by the looks of it, guys, we have actually come here on a pretty good day, because it seems there is a market down the seafront. So there we go, 2 for 1 right there. We get to walk down the rest of the seafront and go past the market too. Pretty cool indeed. So if we go down these steps right here, it will lead us to the bottom, which is the seafront. And look at this. And oh, lovely. So obviously the Armed Forces weekend was not too long ago, and there are tons of murals and decorations around the place as a tribute to Armed Forces. And look at that, that is a lovely mural right there. We've got the pier in the back, we've got the red arrows going across, some Spitfires, some different historical planes, and one of the boats as well. That is a lovely, or actually no, that is a beautiful and really amazing mural. So really cool right there. Really brightens up this side of the building as well. You'll love to see it. So if we make our way down the rest of the steps, we'll then be able to access the rest of the seafront. So here's a better look at the market stalls. It's actually pretty cool to see the market on today. Usually the stalls come around when it's like a major event, so it's pretty cool to just see them open on a Sunday. Maybe it is a weekly thing that happens every Sunday, I'm not too sure, but very nice to see. There's quite a variety of stalls as well. We've got cupcakes and drinks, tea, coffee, a few different bits and bobs as well. But the thing I liked the most about the market stalls were their appearance and design. Like this one right here is a caravan that's been converted into a little shop, and then this vintage transporter right here was probably my favourite. It looks so good and it's really clean too, and I think it was used to sell plants. I might be wrong on that one, but I think it was plants from what I could see. And then we had a few more next to it as well, selling all types of different things. It was just really nice to see the market open, and it was really busy too. So there you go, people. Not even the weather can stop these great little markets. And more scenic views as we travel further down the seafront, and just look at how fantastic the seafront is. And whilst you travel down the seafront, you'll find these open spaces which are used as sitting areas, and in the middle of them there'll be a little game that you can play, hopscotch or snakes and ladders. It's a pretty cool little place to just quickly sit down and enjoy your surroundings. And I must admit, it was actually quite cosy sitting in this little area. You'd think that the brick walls and the slabs for seats would be uncomfortable, but it was actually quite nice. There are also multiple areas across the seafront where you can access the beach. There are also tons of duck feet on the floor, and you'll see them throughout the entirety of this trail on the seafront. And there is the lollipop train, folks. Oh, so glad I was able to get that on camera. We were able to actually get both trains on video today, folks, so stay tuned for the other one. I also really like these Victorian style lampposts that are across the seafront as well. Really nice to look at and in really great shape as well. And it looks like we have a friend joining us for the walk too. There were tons of ladybirds out today. As you can see from this side, there are a lot of different directions that you can go, a lot of things to see. It can definitely get a little bit complicated trying to take it all in. So folks, we took the long walk down the seafront, and what a treat that was. I mean, the market being open was an added bonus, but that was really, really nice. Got most of it on camera for you guys, and now we are walking around the back of the swimming baths to go on a little secret path that takes you around to a very nice park, which is sort of the second park in the area, and we're going to do a full exploration of that as well, because that is a really lovely place, and we can't miss that, folks. We've got to get everywhere in Cleethorpes on video, or most of it anyway, because there are so many different spots in Cleethorpes to take a look at. As you saw on that sign from earlier, there was tons of ways that you could go, but now let's spin the camera around to the area. As you can see, it's sort of turning into grasslands now, which is quite interesting. But let's continue. So folks, there are many little paths that branch off from the main one. As you can see, there is one right here which leads, well, I don't really know, it just leads out into the fields here, but I think there are some actual proper paths that lead you onto the other side of here and takes you back onto the beach, because that's another little walk in itself, and it's a lovely one at that. But we are going to stick to the main trail today, guys, and maybe in a future video we will come back to Cleethorpes and do a bonus episode where we explore all the little hidden paths and areas that we haven't seen in these main 2 episodes. So if you guys would like that, then hey, feel free to comment down below and let me know what you guys think of that idea. And if you are enjoying this new series of That Blue Explorer, then feel free to like, comment and subscribe, because not only is it greatly appreciated, it lets me know that you guys are enjoying this brand new series and that I should keep going on and making more episodes. But now we are sort of, well, met with a decision. We have some more areas that we can discover and more paths to choose. So we can go up this little bridge here, which I believe takes us to the main road and the area just around there. And I believe that is where you can enter the park, but there's also an entrance around the back too. And obviously the path that way takes us back to the main seafront area. We are going to stick to our main path, which is this one right here, because it takes us around the back of the park and lets us enter it as well. But if I just spin the camera around behind me here, guys, here is one of the main paths that allow you to go onto the beach, and sort of one of the hidden areas, which is also a nice walk as well. And like I mentioned, if you guys would like a bonus episode in the future where I walk across this area, then let me know in the comment section down below. But I have briefly been around here in the past and have gone onto that trail on the beach, and it is really, really nice. It's sort of a very peaceful and quiet trail to take, but there is quite a lot to look at. I mean, it's very colourful, very lively. So there we have it. Welcome to the boating lake, one of Cleethorpes' most popular areas, I'd like to say, because the seafront is definitely one of the most popular places in Cleethorpes, but this is definitely the second most popular due to its colour, its nature, its scenery and its beauty. It attracts many people to the area because of how nice it is, and there's tons to do here. There's events regularly held in the boating lake because of the theatre and other buildings surrounding it, but it's just a lovely place to venture to on an afternoon to enjoy the sun and the scenery. We can see that there is a lot of distance to cover within the park, and here is a bit of the river that flows through it. Now, there are many ducks and animals that reside in this place, and we will probably see a big group of ducks walking around here, because that's what they usually do. They just storm the boating lake as a massive group, so we'll definitely probably see them walking about, and hopefully we won't get attacked by them. But we're going to start here and make our way through. So what you saw behind me was actually the entrance just here to the swimming pool. So this is where you go to access that swimming pool that we saw a few minutes ago, and now we're going to start from here and walk around the park to show you all of its beauty. And we've got tons of flowers growing on the side here, and one thing that you'll be able to see is that across the park we have this bridge here which goes all the way around, and we'll see a lot of it whilst walking through the boating lake. And that is because not just one train that resides here, folks. No, there are two that are located in Cleethorpes. We have the Lollipop train, which we've seen a few times throughout this video now, which is actually quite a bonus. I didn't think we'd be able to see it out and about, but we saw that. And there's also another steam train that goes along the tracks that are located throughout the entirety of the boating lake. And whether we'll see that train today or not, I'm not too sure. I do know where it resides when it's not in use, so if we do venture to there, I'll see if I could maybe spot it whilst it's sat stationary, or maybe we'll see it when we are walking through the lake. But we actually have our first little barricade here, which is one of the crossings for the railway. So let's navigate our way through that. As you can see here, guys, there is the railway track, and we are going to make our way through and close the gate. So there we go, there's our first crossing for the railway, and as you can see, the tracks go further down that way too. Wow, folks, Look at that over there. There is the gigantic group of ducks that I was telling you guys about. And I didn't think it would be that big. I mean, usually there's quite a few of them patrolling the area, but I've never seen so many at once. I mean, that is insane. I've never seen so many at once. But there we have it. We're seeing all of the different bits and bobs today here, folks. We've got the lollipop train. We've got massive groups of ducks and swans. It's all out today. And AMG GTs too. That was a bonus as well. But how about we take a little seat at this bench and enjoy the scenery for a few minutes. Oh, that is just stunning to look at, guys. It really is. Got some more ducks here as well, sailing across the river. We are going to take a little walk down this path here. Now, I was going to take the path on the other side, but I think this one will be pretty cool because I don't believe many people go back here. So it would be kind of nice to just explore this little hidden area of the boating lake. And it's very green, that's for sure. It's so nice seeing all the colour. But oh, guys, look at this. We have found an opening for the lake. And oh, that is very nice indeed. I've not actually seen the lake from this side. So that's a pretty cool new experience, guys, getting to see the boating lake from this angle. And it's definitely warmed up a bit, folks. I can feel the temperature rising a bit. It's getting warmer. We do still have some dark grey clouds up there, but I'm hoping it shouldn't rain. And even if it does, a light spit, that's fine. That's nothing to worry about, as long as it's not heavy rain. Yeah, so unfortunately, it doesn't stay like this for long. You'll see what I mean in a bit. But now we can take a better look at this side of the boating lake, and I think this is my favourite side. It's very scenic, very open as well. You get to see the entirety of it from one spot, and those geese and ducks over there are still going wild. Someone must be feeding them bread. There's one guy on the bench and he's feeding them all. He is the duck whisperer. I mean, look at this little path here. How amazing does this look? It's very mysterious. You don't know what's going to be on the other side of it. I mean, of course, you can see the lake and everything, but this is just a really fantastic little entrance. And we've got birds all around here as well. That is a super cool little entrance into the rest of the lake here. It's not open. It leaves you wondering what's on the other side. And well, wonder no more, because we are going to take a look. And it seems we have a bridge and another section of the boating lake. Look at this, guys. How cool is that? We've got more geese and ducks on the other side, shaking off all of the water, getting dry. But this is amazing. Alright then, guys, moving on, and we're going to actually go up to this little bridge here, see if we can get a nice view of the boating lake from the bridge. And as we can see, we can work further down that way, which will bring us out right at the bottom of the boating lake. But we have some stairs here which will take us up to the bridge, and that's exactly where we're going to go, because I have never been on this bridge before. And I know, sounds crazy, right? All the years I've been here, how have I not taken a little trip to this bridge? But I guess it's just never crossed my mind. And here we are at the bridge. I'm super happy about that, guys. I was able to get the train on camera. I didn't think I'd be able to today because of its strange time intervals, because sometimes it'll be out maybe twice every 15 minutes, sometimes it's every half an hour. It really is random. So I am so glad I was able to get it on camera for you guys. What a cool little train that is as well. And maybe one day, maybe in the bonus video, folks, we'll go on the train and experience the boating lake from the rails. How cool would that be? But for now, I am just super ecstatic I was able to record it. That was cool. I just heard it in the background when I was doing the little bridge shot, and I was like, oh, it's coming. Grab the camera, get to the tracks. And I didn't think I was going to make it in time because I was halfway across the bridge, but I sprinted, folks, to the camera, and yes, we did it. But now it's time to walk the rest of the boating lake, and we are going to continue off from where we left a few minutes ago down here. Continue down the trail. So walking underneath the bridge now, we get to see the rest of the boating lake, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video so far. Not too sure how long it's going to be, but to be honest, I don't really mind having longer videos like this, and you guys seem to enjoy the longer videos as well, and it's always a treat being able to do this. And we still have quite a bit of the boating lake to go, and there is one more location after this as well that I want to quickly show you. Something that's quite interesting, a little upsetting to some as well, but when we reach that destination I shall tell you all about it. And across the bridge there is a gigantic play area, a massive sand pit, which is pretty cool indeed. I remember when I was a child, I used to go in there, and there was quite a big boat-like structure that you'd get to go in, a bit like a shipwreck, and you get to go inside of it, and you know, you get to play around with the sand, make sand castles, and have a lot of fun. But because there are so many people there today, I shan't disturb them, but I just wanted to mention that on camera, guys. But now, here we are walking the rest of the boating lake, and this has been my favourite section so far of the video, getting to walk down this little trail, so I've never done that before, and it's just such a nice little trail to take, and it really gives you another view and angle of the boating lake itself. It is so nice. This and the Ross Castle have been my favourite parts of the video so far, folks. And hey, let me know in the comment section down below your favourite parts of the video so far. But there we are. And there are more geese, swans and ducks. Oh, there are so many of them, folks. I didn't realise how many there were across the boating lake. But there they are, just chasing people down for bread. Ah, classic ducks and swans. And geese too. But now walking up the trail, we have another area to explore. Not entirely sure what's here, I can't exactly remember. I think it is just more of the area. But you can rent boats as well. You can see down there are two people in a boat rowing across. I think there is a little station and a little shop down there where you can rent a boat and then sort of paddle and go across the boating lake. And there it is. I believe that's the area there where you rent the boat. Pretty cool indeed. So not only do you get to experience the boating lake on a train, but you get to do it in a boat as well. Pretty cool stuff. I didn't realise how many things you got to do at the boating lake. But there we are. How nice is that? I bet it would be really cool as well to experience the boating lake on a boat. Got some more areas here as well. Nice little island in the middle there where I imagine a lot of the ducks reside. And this tree here which is expanded all the way down. You have to actually walk around it, which is pretty funny. And look at this one right here. What an interesting colourway it has. So it has a white mask on it. Oh dear, folks. I haven't got any bread on me, sir. Or ma'am. You never know. But it seems to have a tag on its leg. Do you guys see that? There's a tag on its leg, which I'm not too sure what it says. But alright guys, we're going to have to be careful of these of these ducks here, or geese, or actually guys, I'm not too sure what these are called, but they keep approaching me. I'm just gonna stay still so I don't alert it. There we go. Now that it's past us, we should be okay. So I'm not sure if those are aggressive or not. It seemed to be a little bit on edge when it first saw me, but I think they're okay. As long as you just stay still, don't pose a threat to them, should be okay. So it might be a little bit difficult walking through this part, folks, with these ducks here. And the last thing I want is to be attacked by animals on this walk. I mean, they seem to be kind of chill, but a little bit wary at first. Like I said, stand still, should be okay. But it was sort of opening its mouth there to say, like, I'm coming after you. So that's one thing about this area, folks. So you're going to have to be a little bit cautious around some of these animals and wildlife. I mean, goodness, that was one. Could you imagine what hundreds of them are going to be like? Oh, it must be an ambush. But anyway, dangerous wildlife aside, we get to have a look at the rest of the area here. Now, it seems that a lot of the birds have tags on their feet, so they must be protected by the council or one of the local wildlife companies. How did they do that, folks? I mean, I would not like to take on that challenge. I think it wanted to fight me there, so goodness knows how they are able to get that tag on. But we have tons of different ducks and wildlife here with tons of different colorways. That one had a white pattern on its face and a black body with a few white accents as well. Goodness, it's like I'm talking about cars. We've got different specks of birds, but very nice either way. Even if they want to sort of go after you, they still look very nice. And look at this part of the boating lake right here, folks. Isn't that a sight to behold? I mean, oh, how lovely is that? That is gorgeous. Getting to see all of this. I'm surprised at how empty this place is. I mean, obviously that side is very busy, very popular as well because of all the cafes and shops. But this place, I've only seen like 3 or 4 people, but it's very nice. I mean, it is really lovely when it's quiet, but I'm surprised that there isn't more people here walking along this trail. Maybe it's because of those birds. I wouldn't be surprised. It's actually following me, folks. Take a look. Oh, the killer bird. Oh, goodness. We should probably get away from that one. But oh, that's not something I expected today, guys. Oh, there's another one in front of me as well, folks. What we're going to do, it's coming after me. We're being ambushed here from both sides. I'll sort out this dilemma and I'll meet back up with you. Eek. So I don't exactly fancy waving my way through these birds because they seem quite, well, aggressive. So what we're going to do instead is sort of walk around the outskirts of this area because it's very, very nice and I really want to show you guys this place. But, oh goodness, yeah, I just saw some attacking a few pigeons. So, yeah, might avoid that. But as you can see, it is such a nice area. Tons to take a gander at. And oh, one thing you can see as well are those very dark clouds. Oh, hopefully it doesn't start to rain. I mean, it looks like it's threatening to, but hopefully it should blow over from the wind and we should be okay. But we're sort of nearly at the end, folks, so not much more to go, so we should be fine. But there is pretty much the end of the boating lake here. That is the final part, and then it sort of just loops around to the other side, and then it's everything that you've seen on the other side throughout the video. And that is the boating lake, my friends. So now we shall get back onto the trail here, which is the one we were on earlier. So if we go up these steps, we shall then be reunited with the path. And there it is. And here we have some more of the railway. How cool is that? Stop, listen and look, folks. Got to make sure. But we're all good. No train in sight. And there is the main pathway to enter the beach. So this was the one I was on about earlier, guys. This is the one that you go down to connect to the beach, and then you get to walk along the rest of this area via the beach itself. Now, I'm not sure how safe it is. I have heard rumours that there's quite deep mud, just like Tetney, but I think it's okay because this is one of the main trails. I think it's quite dry sand and you should be fine, but that's a nice little path and walk as well. But we shall now get back onto the main area. And as you can see, we're nearing the end here. We've got a bit more to go and then one more location and that will be it. So let's continue the walk. It's a bit further down here now, guys, and we can see the sort of curve where the train goes around the boating lake. And that's quite an interesting little area. It looks very nice back there. I don't think you can actually get there on foot, so you would have to take the train to witness what's back there. But that's pretty cool. I've never seen that part of the trail before. So my friends, we are met with a decision once again. We have a few paths branching off to different locations. If you go down there, that leads to the main area of Cleethorpes. If we go straight on, we get to take a longer walk down this area, and I believe it brings you out all the way down to the other side of Cleethorpes. So if we took that path, we'd be going a lot further, and I think we would end up at one of the holiday camps that are situated down that area. And if we take a left, this is another one of the main pathways to that walk on the beach. But I think now it's sort of turning to fields. But as you can see, that is another little trail to that path. But what we are going to do is take a right and go down here, because there are a few locations I'd like to show you guys before it starts raining. Because I tell you what, folks, I can feel it starting to spit, which is not too bad. Like I mentioned, if it's only a light spit, then that's fine. Hopefully it's not heavy rain. But we have a nice little shop there for ice cream and goodies and stuff like that. And if we now take this path down here, it should connect us to one of the locations I'd like to show you guys. And as we can see, this is another little crossing here for the train. And I don't think the train actually takes this route anymore. It used to go all the way down there, and then I think it would loop across again to that little trail at the back. So here we are, folks, the Signal Box Inn, Cleethorpes' smallest pub. And you'll see why that's the case in a second. But the murals on the side of the building and the actual place itself is lovely. We've got all these tables with umbrellas, and to the left we have this little lounge and seating area. And you know I had to do it, folks. I grabbed a cheeky drink, a glass of Coke, and sat down on one of the nice little tables. So it is starting to hammer it down now, folks, and as you can see, all the tables are wet. And yeah, I decided to wait a few minutes at the pub to wait for the rain to pass, because I'm definitely not walking around in that. But whilst we wait for the rain to pass, here's a look at the pub. And yep, that's it, folks. That little room there is the entire pub. And I think now you can probably see why it is called the smallest pub in Cleethorpes. But now let's sit tight for a few minutes and wait for the rain to pass. Oh boy. Oh, goodness gracious, guys. What's happened to the weather? I've taken shelter underneath this lovely big tree, which is located at the boating lake where we were at earlier, this really nice spot. But I'm going to have to stay here for a few minutes, folks, because there's no way I am walking all the way back to the car in this. This is crazy. We were at the pub a few minutes ago, and I was having a nice drink. It was starting to knock off a bit, and I thought, you know what? After I have my drink, I'll start my journey back to the car, and it should be okay. But no, folks. The rain decided to mug me right off and started to hammer it down as I was walking. And I was too far away from the pub to get back there. And I thought, you know what, I'll just have to keep walking and find some shelter. Thankfully, this little spot was here and I've been able to hide away from the rain. But whew, that was definitely not on the list. I did not expect that to happen. I thought, you know, it was going to spit a little bit, but not like this. As you can see, I am absolutely drenched. Whew. Guys, I think we're going to have to end it here. What a day it has been. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. The second part to the Cleethorpes adventure. And we will make a part 3 probably in the future, though. It'll be like a bonus video where I go to all the spots we didn't go to today, because there was some areas I didn't get to show you guys because of the rain. But in the future, I'll come back here and get the rest of it on video for you folks. But we pretty much got the main areas and the entirety of Cleethorpes on video. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this 2-part series to Cleethorpes. And our next location, I think you guys are really going to love it, especially the petrol heads out there. And well, it's probably no secret to some, but we'll leave that for the future video, the next episode in the ThatBlueExplorer series. But if you'd like to see any more episodes or anything else on this channel, then you guys know what to do. And if you're new, you also know what to do. Hit that bell, like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. It's always appreciated. And now all that's left to do is to leg it back to the car, which is so far away, get home and dry myself off because, well, I'm a little drenched. So I'll see you guys in the future. Have a good one.